Thomas Vicars' Mystery Man. This is the title page for Thomas Vicars' Manual of Rhetoric, published in 1650. Page 70 lists some English poets. Galfredum Chaucerum, Edmundum Spencerum, Michaelum Draytonium, sounds like he's radioactive there, Georgium Withersium, John Davisium, and John Vicarsium. He had to put himself in there just because he wrote the book. Where is Shakespeare? Before we continue, there are many hints we are to add things up. Numerus oratorius is at the top of the page, which means number of orators. Quotuplex est figura, duplex. 5. It's an oddity that he has an English word amongst all this Latin. Quid est figura? Figuratur in an example of polyptoton. Repetitione. Quid est figura once again. Nihil, meaning nothing or perhaps subtract. Numerus. Numero. Dividitur. Quantitate. Numerum. Nulla, meaning nothing. Numeros. And finally, enumerandos. We have 4 terms for numbers here in an example of polyptoton. Numero, numeros, numerum, enumerandos. It's like he's giving us a grammar lesson. This section here is odd. A pseudonymous poet is listed. Istis enumerando senseo celebrum illum poetam qui aquastatione et hasta nomen habet. Here is my rough translation. We should count among these poets the celebrated poet who takes his public name from holding the spear. What could he mean by this, hasta nomen habet, or who takes his public name from the spear? And why do I say public? It's because of this word, illum, which is a word for public. This is more evidence the name was a pseudonym. And this, celebrum, is the root of celebrity. We can conclude by this, that there was a poet whose public name included spear, hasta nomen habet, and it was a public name because of the word illum. Are there clues who he was? Perhaps. This might be a clue. This uppercase R, after the only section with a bracket, has a gematria value of 17. The last name for George Withersum, or Withersium, also known as George Withers in English, has a gematria value of 40. Could this be another 1740 illusion? There are also 17 lines from the top of the paragraph to the sentence we just looked at. And the gematria sum of the uppercase letters in the line above the sentence is 34. This here at the top could be another clue. Notice that duplex is separated from dictionis 5 or orationis et sententia by a single bracket. These two letters, the uppercase D and S, have a gematria sum of 22. 22 subtract 5 is 17. 17 times 2 is again 34. We duplex them, duplicate them. These numbers are very familiar. Why do I say this might be a clue? Vicars chose the number 5. If these numbers are clues, then Vicars is letting readers know who the spear-holding poet is. For one of his titles, a celebrated poet had a crest with a lion holding a spear. He was Edward de Vere, known as Viscount Beaulebec, but more commonly the 17th Earl of Oxford. He was Shakespeare. Thank you for watching. Stay safe.